Now that you've found UBN Radio and discovered our quality talk shows, it's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk. Radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's ubnradio.com.
It's time for the Bonnie Sher Show, a whirlwind of wit, wisdom, celebrity, and the boomer life. With a little bit of this and a lot of that and so much more you don't want to miss, here's Bonnie.
I don't know what I'm doing, but hello. And thank you for joining us and joining our chat. Old friends, new friends, I want to thank you for tuning in and joining our chat. Thanks to Wayne Cobham for my super duper hero theme song. I'm even in my hero cape today. I'm Bonnie Sher, and I am going to be your guide through, well, the world of Bonnie, the world of entertainment, the great baby boomer generation, and the type 1 diabetes community. So, today's guests are author of The Hammersteins, a show business family. He's an artist and lecturer, Andy Hammerstein. And Alissa Podner, a member of the T1D community. So if you have a question or you have a comment, please call us. The phone-in number here is 323-843-2826. Or you can follow the hashtag, that's hashtag BSHER Radio on Twitter. Now settle in and please help me say hello to my first guest, Andy Hammerstein.
Hi.
Hey, Andy, hi.
Yes, hi.
Well, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I know you are a very busy person.
No, not for you.
But did you take a nice pill this morning? Take more.
Yes.
Send me a couple. You're adorable. So, okay, first of all, we were chatting, and you mentioned to me that there is a musical extravaganza about to occur having something to do with the Mormons.
Yeah.
Tell us about that, Andy.
Okay, well, I don't think, would it be okay to call you back because I'm getting a terrible echo?
I think you're going to have to live with it.
Okay, let me speak okay. Oh boy. Well, yes, I am working with the Mormons now. I'm trying to put together an RNH show, which I've done around the country. But in the case of this one, it's a very specific kind of crowd. It's a very spiritual crowd, and it's a huge crowd.
I would
so
imagine.
It's a different kind of show than the kind of show that I normally do, which makes it a bit of a challenge because I have to write it so that it's just into a shorter format, and so it's more for the crowd that's coming to see it.
Do you have any idea when this is going to be up?
Yes, it's going to be February 3rd in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Are you coming out?
I'm sorry?
Will you be coming out to Salt Lake?
Yes, I will.
Oh, that's
In
exciting.
fact, I'm sorry, I have that date wrong. It's not February 3rd, it's February 9th.
Oh, it's February 9th. You're kidding
Sorry,
us.
let's get that correct. I don't have all my PR in front of me. But I will be doing also, I'll be doing a concert with the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, and then the following day I'll be part of a genealogical conference. The Mormons have a strong tradition of genealogy. They keep really great records, and so they put on a conference once a year, and they've sort of made me the keynote speaker of it because of the book. So it's been an interesting journey.
Okay, Andy, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but the man who runs my life here, a.k.a. my engineer, is saying, please hang up and call us right back.
Oh, I will. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, I will.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Give us a second here, folks, while we handle some technical difficulties. I should have listened to him in the first place, but then it wouldn't be me now, would it? So, let's see. How about those Cubbies? Yay! 108 years later, maybe after 108 years, I'll get this show right. Yay! Well, okay. I think we have him back. Yay! Hi, Andy. It's okay. I touted the Cubs. I'm good. Okay,
Sorry
so
about
now
that. It just seems like we had a weak line. How are you again?
Okay, I am swell. So let's go back to this event is going to occur on February the 9th.
Yes, on February the 9th, I am going to be leading the Mormon Tabernacle Choir in a sort of semi-narrated, semi-sung story about Rogers and Hammerstein, and it is it should be wonderful.
Are you writing this,
the
Andy?
choir? I beg your pardon?
Are you writing this?
Yes, or rather, I've already written it. Now we're cutting videos to precede my coming on and talking. It's kind of a high production affair.
That's wonderful.
They're quite intent on it. I believe the theater holds 21,000, which means that's some serious business to be performing in front of.
Oh my!
And I'm looking forward to that.
I would imagine.
The following day, I'm part of a genealogy conference, as I might have said before.
No, I missed that part.
Yes. The following day, on the 10th, I guess I will be part of their genealogical conference. It's something they hold once a year. And
is there any question Andy, to your lineage? I mean, have you been just feigning to be a Hammerstein all these years, and you're really a Ginsburg? What?
I'm not sure even how to comment. I'm a lucky fellow, is what it's the best thing I can say.
I can tell that to be.
But it's been a remarkable little journey that having written this book has taken on its own. Somebody in Salt Lake City must have seen our show somewhere else, like in North Carolina or Cleveland or somewhere, and said that they could do this with the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. And the next thing you know, I can't believe I'm going to be putting the words of Mormon Tabernacle Choir on my resume.
I want to shoot the B-roll.
And they're interesting people. The one thing I really learned about the Mormons, everybody's just as crazy as everybody else, but the Mormons, they don't curse a lot. So when you curse in front of them, it really surprises them. And I curse a lot, so I've learned to try to hold it back a little while I'm with them. I don't want to hurt their sensibilities. But it's been fun.
No.
They're great people. They're great people. They're really right there.
Well, that's an exciting piece of. You do so many things. I mean, I know that. Excuse me. I have a lot of hair here in my mouth.
Sorry.
I just pulled it out. That's it. I don't have time to comb my hair now. And what about? How long have you been painting, Andy? Your work.
All my life. I'm a pretty organized man. I spent from about 9 o'clock until 2:30, 3 o'clock writing, and then from 3 o'clock to 6:37 I paint. And that really has been my schedule for about 25 years. I always make a lot of time to paint in my life.
And you paint so many different styles. What we're showing right now that unfortunately you can't see is your work. Yes, I went into Facebook.
Grab away.
And
Take it away.
And I did. I grabbed a number of your works. I personally love The Circles. That was one of my favorite series of yours, and also your paintings of the streets of New York. I mean, I'm there. I'm feeling it. I can smell the fumes from those cabs and the electricity and yeah.
You know what? It sounds to me like you miss New York a little.
You think? I do. I do. Yeah. It's been 4 years now. And it's so it's when I did my last show in New York, and that's when I lost Mom. So I just haven't really been ready to come back, but I definitely have an itch. You know.
Well, it's very fast paced these days, or it seems faster paced every time I go, but that could be just me.
Yeah, but you don't live in the city. You're a smart person. You live outside of the city in a lovely, gracious area.
I do.
And then
when you time as a child, I have no illusions.
I wouldn't mind that kind of life. So tell me, do you have, let's go back to talking about your painting a minute. I see where I know you hate that. I've seen, as I said, many different styles. Do you repeat? Do you go back into a certain?
Yes,
you do.
Yes, I'm a prisoner of about 8 different things that I do, and I like a goldfish. I bounce around from one thing to another, never really getting out of the 8 or 9 different things that I like to do.
Yeah, but you have recently, excuse me for interrupting you, but the oceans that you've started to work on. That looks totally different to me. But everything I see is fational and exciting, and there should be a book, Andy. Please.
A book of the paintings?
Yes.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
A coffee table book.
Usually somebody like
or a bar
wants to do that. I'm waiting for that.
Oh, so we're talking other people's money. Okay, that works.
Of course.
I like that. I like that.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you to say so. I would love to have a book of them made, but right now I'm kind of busy. I'm not pushing the arts so much. There's other things I've put together.
Just imagine if Oscar had said, "I'm pushing aside the lyrics for a while." I'm just saying.
Oh,
okay?
That's rough. Oh my God. Okay, when you put it that way.
I mean, where would we be? Did we just put up a picture of the Hammersteins, or did I just see that line? What we're showing now is a phenomenal book that Andy put out last year, I believe, and that's when you were on the show.
It attracted the attention of the Mormons.
And it does sit atop my coffee table. I'm still waiting for my signed copy, but that's another pinch. Did you lose that too, Andy?
I listen. I am Luddite. I am not good with technology. We can criticize me, but we cannot expect better. I'm doing the best I can.
I can take it. I can take it. I mean, personally, I know that I was raised to keep my legs crossed and keep my head out of the clouds. Now,
that's what I was waiting.
Okay? Now, I mean, what do you mean my documents are in the clouds? I don't know which cloud. I don't know how to find it.
Right. If I don't remember my password, does that mean I will never see any of my photos again?
That's exactly what it means, unless you look on my computer, because I think I've copied them all.
I'm telling you, it's really upset. Actually, illustrators will have total access to all my photos, but because I forgot a password, I will have none.
It's horrible. Yeah. The password to life.
It's getting too complicated. I mean, I'm starting to sound like the old people I used to criticize for sounding like this, but I'm starting to sound grouchy. Going too fast.
I don't understand. Let me ask you this. If
Yes,
you didn't
ma'am.
paint and you didn't
Well,
write and you didn't lecture, what haven't you done that you'd love to do?
Well, I have completed working on a libretto for a musical, and I like working on librettos. So it's a
Amazing.
challenge. Yes. So I've been pushing a script that I finished with a friend of mine who's a composer, and we're hopeful, but it's a very dark story, and I'm not sure that
And we're
it
not
has.
making a musical out of a dark story, are we? Just
Oh,
kidding.
you could always make a musical out of a dark story. The question is more, will people come see a dark story about it? No,
That's a very interesting question, which I wonder why more producers don't ask themselves before they mount $40 million shows. Is anybody going to come see this?
Well, I mean, yes, you have a point, but if they kept applying such strict prejudices to their decisions, shows like the one I just wrote are never going to get made. I need somebody who's crazy enough to think that something that dark might fly. And that's a rare producer.
Well, I got the crazy
wish me
part
luck.
now. Just let's see if I can raise you some money, because crazy, I got plenty crazy. Okay. Now we just have to look
Sorry.
for some money.
Yeah, I got plenty right here. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well,
So that's
what
what's happening, girl. There's not too much more in my life.
Well, that sounds pretty spiffy
painting
in your
and
life.
writing and hoping for things to get interesting.
What about the next generation of Hammersteins? You have little hammers, don't you?
I do. My son Dashiell is a songwriter, works in New York City, works for a creative house in the city. Everybody should Google his music, the music of Dashiell Hammerstein, Dashel. I think he goes by Dash.
You think?
Big
Okay.
Blood, Dash Hammerstein.
I think
his music's wonderful. And
that's quite an
sounds like the Beatles,
endorsement.
sounds like the Beach Boys, sounds like Neil Young. Very retro.
Other than that, we like that. We like that. I'm kind of retro myself.
I just grabbed that moment for a shameless plug. I apologize. But
No.
what
It's a
fathers are
father's.
for.
You better believe it. You better believe it, Andy.
Did I say Dashiell Hammerstein? I said Dashiell Hammerstein.
You did, and
Okay.
he will appreciate you again tonight.
I'm done.
Yeah. So tell our listeners and viewers here how they can find out what's going on with you. We've already mentioned that you have a presence on Facebook, as in your.
Yes, I'm a pretty loud presence on Facebook.
Oh,
But
yeah,
if
a
somebody would want
screamer.
to book me like that, they would go through Broadway Pops. That's a great outfit that books me around the country. And so that would be like if they wanted me to do a gig of some kind. They would represent me.
And if people want to follow up on and to see your paintings, I know that you have
yes.
a page that is
Yes,
just
that's correct. In this world of Facebook, I have one that's called The Hammersteins, and that deals just with family historical ephemera type observations.
Right.
And then I also have Hammerstein Gallery, which is a collection of my paintings or my process. So apart from myself, I also have the gallery and just the stuff that's devoted to the history of the family.
Wow.
Keep things neat.
Well, you are an organized soul. I'm going to have to take lessons from you.
Yeah, but
I don't
I'm
have that
still a
same
Luddite.
ability. You're still what?
A Luddite. I look at a phone like, why can't they just be a flip phone? I would, if we could go back in time to the times when you were actually not actually available. Imagine that.
I would love to imagine that, Andy. You
To be
paint a
not available. No,
lovely
he wasn't
picture.
available.
Oh,
Where are the kids? I won't know for another 8 hours. I love those days.
I vote we go back to those days. And on that, yeah, right. On that topic, let's
Yes.
all
Yes,
vote.
ma'am.
And Andy,
Yes.
thank you. And
You're welcome. I hope we had a
keep me.
good time.
I always do with you, but better
Oh, that's
today. I really think so. I really
I'm
enjoy getting
glad.
to know you even
Well,
better.
we'll speak soon.
We
Thanks
will.
for having me
Andy
on.
Hammerstein, thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Well, that was fun. This is the Bonnie Sher Show that you're listening to. Please join the conversation. Call me, 323-843-2826, or you can follow the hashtag on Twitter, which is hashtag BShareRadio. Coming up will be a shout out from my soapbox, which is my take on who got it right and who should really be ashamed. Let's go to break now with a little video clip which I found that is by Oscar Hammerstein, and he is discussing why and how he wrote You've Got to Be Carefully Taught, which is arguably my very favorite Rodgers and Hammerstein song. So take it away.
The National Conference of Christians and Jews have the help of Richard Rodgers at the piano and Oscar Hammerstein in setting the mood of Brotherhood Week with one of their famous tunes.
In the second act of South Pacific, a young American Navy nurse explaining her race prejudice says, "I can't help this. This is emotional. It's born in me." And the second character, the man who is losing her because of this prejudice, shouts his protest. "I do not believe this. I do not believe these things are born in you." And a third character, a young Marine lieutenant, played by my friend here, Bill Tabbert, says,
"It's not born in you. It happens after you're born. You've got to be taught to hate and fear. You've got to be taught from year to year. It's got to be drummed in your dear little ear. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught to be afraid of people whose eyes are oddly made, and people whose skin is a different shade. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught before it's too late, before you are 6 or 7 or 8, to hate all the people your relatives hate. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be carefully taught.
And welcome back to the Bonnie Sher Show. I have with me in this segment Alissa Podner, a member of the T1D community living now in Austin, Texas. Welcome, Alissa. Hi, Alissa. Alissa, you've been living with T1D for quite a while. Do me a favor, share your story with us.
Sure. In 2000, I was pregnant with my first child, my son, and I was diagnosed with gestational diabetes. And like a lot of people who are unknowledgeable with diabetes, They said I needed to go for that glucose test, and it was like, no, not happening. And they said, well, we won't see you if you don't go. So I said, okay, I'll go. And they said, you have diabetes, gestational. You need to take shots. I said, over my dead body. I hate shots. And so basically, the doctor said the same thing. If you don't learn how to take shots, we won't treat you. I said, okay, I'll take shots. And so it was very early in my pregnancy. I was only 2 months pregnant when they detected it through a glucose test. And so for the rest of my pregnancy, I was insulin dependent. And I love, love, love white chocolate macadamia nut cookies. And my mother can laugh right now because I made her buy 2 bags of them for me. As soon as my son was born, I wanted a cookie. And so my mother had it waiting, and they said, no, you can't give her a cookie. We need to see if she still has diabetes. And finally, I had a cookie, and I definitely had diabetes. So I was diagnosed after that, and I had to see an endocrinologist and had a whole new lifestyle change, and I've been diabetic since.
And now, what have you found? You were very resilient, or resistant rather, to it at the get-go. What do you think happened other than the fear of God being put? I mean, fear of dead usually works when all else fails. But when did you kind of get it that this was something that you couldn't wish away or flush away, that this was going to be your life?
I'm a very strong person, so I don't let challenges in life affect me. I figure out how to live with challenges, and I'm very blessed. I have an amazing support system, and whenever there's something challenging, I have to figure out how to challenge myself to get through it. So when the doctor said to me, do you want a healthy baby? Everybody in life wants healthy children if you want to have children. And when they said they weren't going to treat me or my child would be affected if I didn't care myself, I use the airplane mask syndrome all the time. When something happens, you have to give yourself oxygen before you treat your child, because it's the mom has to take care of the mom before the child. So I really just wanted a healthy child, and I knew the only way to be the best mom was to take care of myself first. So that was my challenge. It wasn't easy. It's always a learning process every day. But like everything else, you just learn how to live with it.
Absolutely. Well, you found a very interesting way of keeping yourself together, and I must say, together you are. You've been doing all sorts of... Look at these photos here. You've been doing these competitions, but tell us about these.
In 2008, I was always athletic. I was a swimmer. I always worked out. I just really enjoyed sports. I was thrown in a pool at 4, not thrown, but, like taught how to swim. My father put a racket in my hand. My family, we used to go on bike rides. Everything, I think, started when I was 4, maybe even earlier. My family, I come from a family who's very involved in sports and very good at it. My parents bowled. So I basically had fallen in love with working out, and I wanted to always do a fitness competition. It was just a dream of mine. And in 2008, I faced some more challenges, and I decided, well, what am I going to do? And I said, you know what? It's never too late in life to accomplish what you want with a dream. So I decided I'm going to compete, and I found the right people to help me. And I'm from New Jersey, so I competed in the New York Metropolitan, and it's one of the biggest shows in New York. And I placed 2nd overall for my very first show, which is great because there was a lot of people.
Sure.
And then a couple of weeks later, I did a show in Lehigh Valley in Pennsylvania, in Allentown. And I also placed 2nd overall. So I haven't had that first place finish yet, but don't worry, Bonnie, it's not happening. I'm done. I moved
Rats,
to Austin.
no, you're not.
Yes, I am. I
No,
promise
you're
my
not.
mom. I have to use my mom because she's watching, and I'm so proud of my mom, and I know she's proud of me. So I promised my mom I'm not doing this again, and I'm not doing it again. It's now time to work on more important things in life and more new, exciting things coming.
Okay, but
So
in my dreams, I can dream you. I mean, second place is no shame in second place. But in my dreams, I'm going to dream you took that extra little step. I'm sorry, Mom. I don't want to get involved.
okay, you dream it for me, and I'll
Okay.
pretend I already had the dream.
There you go. See how easy that was?
Yeah, there you go. But I moved to Texas in 2008 after my show, and lots of things happened, which like I said, I'd make a negative into a positive. So all the negatives.
So what do you think you want to do next, madam?
I
You've just told me what you don't want to do. What do you think you want to do?
Well, I am very active. I'm an aquatherapist, and I'm also a recreation therapist, and I love what I do. I work with children who have neurological deficits, and I've been picking up more clients. I independent contract through the government here in Austin, Texas, and I really love practicing aquatherapy. It's a passion of mine, and I would like to really continue focusing on my career. And I am making an exercise video, and I'm very excited about this with my trainer, Dave Gooden. A lot of people have asked me what I do to stay in shape and what my diet's like. I don't reveal a diet because it's something that's individual, but I always say it's not a diet, it's a healthy lifestyle. So I don't diet.
Absolutely.
And then the other thing I'd like to do is say it's never too late to get up and move. It doesn't matter what you do. So basically, we came up with the idea of basic at-home, get yourself started exercises that you can learn at home and take them to the gym when you're ready. And so we're going to do a basic exercise video, and I'm working on that, and I'm really excited about that. And I really want to get into diabetes advocacy and spreading awareness, and maybe doing some public speaking, and really just focusing my time on my career and helping people living with challenges who are diabetes and, like I said, advocacy. I really want to get more.
That sounds like a most admirable plan. What's the, have you gotten to know any of the T1D community in Austin? Do they come out with events, and is there anything, what's going on in Austin?
I, every year, have participated in the JDRF Walk for a Cure.
Right.
And so we involve ourselves and fundraise for that. And so that's pretty much the biggest thing that I do right now. I haven't expanded upon that, but I am very blessed. And for all the people in our community, as we say, who are watching or listening right now, I've been embraced so positively on Facebook. And I have really developed a lot of people who look up to me, and it makes me feel so proud. And so I really would like to start maybe going to Congress or getting myself involved in some of the big groups that they have. And I really try to involve myself nationwide, not so much locally, because this is a global epidemic and they need help all over the world, not just in Austin. So I'm trying to do it a little bit different. Rather than local, I'm going big rather than small.
Are you familiar with T1 International?
You know, I am familiar with a little bit of everything, but not.
Okay, 100%. Just speaking on that global stage, if you will, that's what T1 International has been able to do, and they have that literally all over the world. Check them out. It's lowercase T1 International. I've seen them on Twitter. I've seen them on Facebook. But that's exactly what their work is. I mean, it's about, right now they're running a campaign which is #insulin for all. How do you get your insulin if you're in Tanzania? How do you, they're doing phenomenal work. And that may be something that you might be interested in. I don't know what the United States has. I'm sure that there are representatives also, but There's nothing like a great advocate. We need all of them that we can get. And after spending a little time on the phone with you in the last couple of days, you're our girl. I'm telling you that. So keep
I
that energy. Let's
I
go back
have
to
a
the.
website too called fitalissa.com, and I would love for people to go on it. And I've been doing some really wonderful things on there. I interviewed recently your friend, and I'm a lot of other authoritative figures and athletes and celebrities and people living with the challenges of diabetes who I inspire to be like. They inspire me. And so I just recently interviewed with Carolyn Carter, who just
Yes, the gal who was going for Miss America. Was
and
she
I
Miss New
also
Hampshire?
recently interviewed your friend Brad. And Nicole Johnson is my inspiration.
Okay, would you do me a favor? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but would you please repeat? I'm getting a note here. Would you please repeat the URL?
Sure, it's FITALISSA, my name, fitalissa.com.
Fitalissa.com.
Yeah, Fitalissa.
Yay! All right, we're putting it up on the board now so the people can see it.
Oh, great, thanks.
Go
And
ahead.
I have been in touch with Nicole because she's my role model, and she knows that. I tell her it all the time. Carolyn and Nicole and I are going to do something together for my website. Also thank you so much for having me as your first host for National Diabetes Awareness Month.
Yes.
I'm trying to do a lot on my website with these inspirational people.
Well, the whole idea of this month is to raise awareness. I mean, those of us who are diabetic, I think, are painfully aware. So the trick is to get the word out to those who are not living in this world. I think that now is the perfect time to have children tested. To remember to just test one drop. Children get flu-like symptoms that the parents do not recognize. What it really is the onset of type 1. And unfortunately, these children can die. Oh, God. So I think that our push now for this month is, even I've been a diabetic for 49 years and people still think, oh, well, all you have to do is take a shot, right? And kind of watch what you eat, move around a little bit. Yeah, that's all there is to it. I don't think that unless you actually have a disease, you can really understand what it is or a condition. I mean, it's that personal, but I think everybody can understand the concern, the fear, and and what it is to live with something, and it's rather unlike any other disease or condition that you can think of.
Well, I have a daughter who lives with type 1 diabetes. She was diagnosed at 4 and she's now 13. So I know fully aware it's not just myself, but it's another person in my household. And so it is, I feel blessed. I had this conversation with Carolyn yesterday, and here's the thing, Bonnie, you asked me about the T1D community. I'm really blessed that I have this website because I have interviewed Chris Freeman, Sean, Nicole, Ryan Reed, Charles Maddox. There are so many people that I've been blessed to interview who have shared their story, but have also said to me the same thing that I'll say. I'm glad I just have diabetes because we can live with it. And I say the same thing. It is an awful, awful disease. I can't even go out and have something off the table without testing my sugar and taking insulin, so I don't eat. I'll have vegetables instead. I'm not saying I don't eat, but I'm saying if I can't take insulin, I'll find a non-carb snack or something to eat.
Yeah, but it's not as good.
But the point to this is that I feel like they inspire me because Carolyn even yesterday said to me, I feel God gave this to me for a reason, and I'm blessed. And my reason
how
is
many times that's gone through my mind too. It's
and that's
yeah. Yeah.
I feel like it's a horrible disease, but it was given to me for a reason. And I'm blessed that I am able to compete and channel my energy into. I preach diabetes and fitness and how to live a healthy lifestyle. And I'm always working on that myself. And the next chapter in my life is maintenance and hopefully introducing myself to a new healthy lifestyle.
Well, I'll tell you what, I sure am glad that you've introduced yourself to me and that you were able to take the time today to come on and share this time as my T1 co host. Alissa, please tell our peeps how they can follow you. Do you tweet? What do you do? What's your social media repartee?
Well, I listened to you and Andy's conversation, and I think we all share the same computer issues where we are not technologically adept. So I do have my website, fitalissa.com, and you can follow me on Facebook. I do have a Twitter account and Instagram account as well that you can follow me on fitalissa.com. And I just recently am getting a whole set of pictures and some stories that I'm going to be posting with some of the people I'm interviewing. So I would
Well,
love.
then there's lots to follow.
I would love for everybody to register on my website, fitalissa.com. Follow me. I'll be tweeting again, posting on Instagram, and of course Facebook. And the more for me, the merrier. So fitalissa.com.
Great, Alissa.
Or
May your
Fitalissa.
A1Cs be low and your resilience high, woman. You're the best. Thank you so much for being with us today, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks so much. I've thoroughly enjoyed this, and I appreciate the opportunity.
My pleasure. Well, I do hate to end those segments, but it is time for me to step upon my soapbox. Just as soon as my computer cooperates. You know, timing is everything, and I seem to be having a bad time of it right now. Okie dokie. I think I have it now. Well, we're going to start out here with my shout out, and there is absolutely no question but that my shout out is to Senator Bernie Sanders for taking literally the bull by the horns. And this started the night before last. This was on the heels of an article written in the Washington Post bemoaning the fact that the price of insulin has gone so crazy. And, well, Bernie picked up on it and started tweeting and making memes. And there was just a slew of Twitter messages and talking about that even as this epidemic is growing the way it is, that and he singled out Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk for the quote their greed and outrageous profits. As the price of Humalog, which is our fast-acting insulin, has gone up about 280% since 2006. Its competitor Novolog, well, it's moving right up there also. But God love Bernie. He did call this out, and hopefully now will be as important as EpiPens, you know? And so I'm very, very pleased about that. Now, my shout down is actually a follow-up on a shout down that I did a couple of shows back. And again, it was talking about Big Pharma Nostra. And I had done a call to action for somebody, for some group, to what can we do? How can we take on Big Pharma? Well, it turns out that I got a text the other day from a woman who lives in Indianapolis, which is the home of Eli Lilly. And she wrote to tell me, and I'm so excited about this. Her name is Aubrey Thompson. Aubrey is a type 1 in Indianapolis. And she wrote to tell me that she's organizing a protest at Eli Lilly Visitor Center on World Diabetes Day, which is November 14th. It's a Monday. And this protest will occur from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And the idea here is to bring awareness to the plight of all of us diabetics with these crazy increasing prices in insulin. So see, sometimes the shout down does turn to a shout out. Aubrey Thompson, you're in my book of good guys. All the best with this. You know, we can all do something. Just figure out what your strength is and act on it. Well, I think that brings us right up to the end of today's show. I look forward to seeing you again next week for another romp through the world of entertainment, through the great baby boomer generation, and of course the T1D community. Another word of thanks to Corey Bowen for outfitting me today. On top of my cape, a girl in a cape has to wear pearls, right? So we have pearls. These are freshwater pearls, and they're hand-strung on 14-karat gold, hand-knotted. And they have two beautiful sapphire beads kind of setting the whole deal off. You can follow Corey Bowen on Twitter. His company is Crown and Anchor. Or you can go to BonnieSher.com, and toward the bottom of the site, you're going to see a link to Corey, and you can get to him just that way. But make sure you do. He's got some wonderful pieces of jewelry, and it's a good deal all around. So that being said, I figure by this point in time, you're all pretty much aware of the fact that I enjoyed a marvelous relationship with Sammy Davis Jr. for over 20-something years. He was my mentor. He was my friend. He was a very demanding taskmaster, but I couldn't have asked for better. And sort of in the fashion of Carol Burnett, Sammy, I'm sending you a smile and a wink. Make sure to vote, everybody. See you next week. Take us out.